Hello, Chill Computer Guy. Today we're in Reason 10. We're going to talk about the most basic master section kind of template way you want to start off every single track. This is a completely empty track. There's not a single thing in here. This is going to require you go out and buy one rack extension, which I think is an absolute fundamental for doing any kind of mixing. It's a very useful rack extension, and so that's pretty much all you need. This is going to be a completely empty template with one rack extension and a little bit of routing, and it will all pay off later on in your track. So let's go ahead and open up the browser, and what we're looking at is the Selig gain, which is right here. This plugin is, I think it's 20 bucks, but it's worth every penny because this is something that is super valuable for you. It's like 0 DSP, so you could just kind of drag it all over your track. I think they actually state that on the Propellerhead website, that it's super low DSP, because this is something that you're going to want to add to every single mix channel. But I definitely highly advise adding it to your master section. But we're going to do this in an unusual way. We're going to go ahead and drag this out. We're going to hit shift. We don't want this to route. We're going to drop it right below the master section there, and then we're going to tab around. And what we're going to actually do is we're going to disconnect everything, and instead of master out, we're going to go to control room out, okay? And we're going to go into the input, left, right, and then we're going to go out of the output right into the sound card. Okay, so now by doing this, we've put this Selig gain between the master section and the sound card. And by doing that, this is the very last plugin that we're going to go through. Not only are we not going from the master out, we're going from the control room out. And why we're doing this is later on we can listen to our send and returns just by switching that up in the master channel. And I do believe I have a tutorial on my channel that tells you how to do that. But this right here, this setup right here, going from the control room to the Selig gain and then going from the Selig gain to the sound card, that's a super a powerful kind of combo for your final mix. Why this Selig gain is so powerful is from left to right you can do a automatic fade in and fade out, which is okay, handy, I guess. You have an input meter here, you have a trim and a VCA right here, so you can turn your mix down. But one of the great things I love about this is you have a mono. By clicking this, you can turn your entire mix into mono. And when it comes to mixing, you want to mix in mono. It'll be easier for you. You have a phase reverse, and then you have your pan law, where you have a separate pan pot, a pan potentiometer for the right, pan potentiometer for the left. And then also this is going to show you your peak level. Super powerful to know your peak level. You're going to want this at about -12 to -8, depending on what genre you're working on. But the thing about this number right here, the LED number that's going to appear here is going to be your final, reference peak hold. And like I say, you want this between -8 and -12, depending on your genre. And then you can click on the auto, and it will automatically kind of update that and keep you, dialed in there. And then you can reset it. And you can bypass this whole thing. But the thing I love about this is the mono knob. Turns your entire mix into mono. And then your peak hold, which this is your final output, so you can really see what your entire mix looks like. And then if this is a little too high or too low, you have your trim. You can trim this, and this trim knob is very sensitive, very easy. You can do a 0.10 dB, and then you can also, if it's just too hot, you can also take it down this way also, and you can get even more precise. So you can dial that in and get your peak hold exactly where you need it for mastering. And yeah, that's the Selig gain, and how to kind of like set up your master section for a very successful track. Go ahead and double click that and name that main out, and then you're pretty much all dialed in there. And then you can go ahead and fold down this master section or do whatever you need to do, and you still have your Selig gain right there. You have your peak hold right there. You have your one-click mono mix right there, and just super great utility, and something I highly recommend putting on your master bus, kind of like the last plugin you pass through. And then this will set you up for mastering. And then later on, when you want to master, you got a whole nother different type setup. So anyway, Chill Computer Guy, stay tuned for more videos. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys again.
Mm-hmm.